Go ahead, ask the question.
Would you rather get cremated or buried as a Buddhist?
So, all Buddhists, 99.9% of Buddhists gets cremated because of the teaching on attachment. You're done. The dissolution of the body. What more do you want left? And when we see tombstones out here, well, someone's got attachment. Someone's got attachment. And it takes up a lot of space on Earth. Space that we could be doing other things rather than tombstones and grass, and then having to water on grass, drought season. Lots of problems right now in the world. The least we need to worry about is space to bury people. There's a real skeleton I'll introduce to you at Dr. Preston's office. It's a real skeleton, and monks, meditate in front of dead, rotting, actively decaying, rotting corpses to see the dissolution of the body, to see impermanence. I'm gonna be dead one of these days. I'm gonna perish, just disappear. In Laos, and where I was, and Thailand also, they cremate the body at the monastery. It literally, boom, right in front of you. And I think out of the 3 bodies that I was there in Laos for 2 weeks, I think I took a whiff of the smell of the dead body. So you get the point quickly. And then so the novices live right next to the cremation, literally like 40 steps. So you have death on one side, and you have life on the other side. Life and death, literally. And they're used to it. You shouldn't have attachment to me or anyone, anybody or anything. You should not. You have to be able to let everything go if you want to become an arahant. Everything go. Everything go. Back in the day, so I became a monk because my grandmother passed away. And my mom was so attached to my grandmother that I explored the option of the mausoleum. So I was going to put my grandmother in a steel casket, and then seal the steel casket, and then put it inside of a wall. And then I thought in my head, right, that sometimes when my mom gets bored, she can go see my grandmother, and we would yank the casket out, open it up, and be like, "Hey, you want to see her? Here she is." Which is like not uncommon, because like the Catholic world's got saints where they just preserve the body right there. You can see the body through a glass. So, but I was young, and I call my mom and I said, "Mom, do you want the mausoleum? It's like $20,000. The funeral was like $6,000." And I'm like, "Well, you want to spend $20,000? When you get bored, you can go see grandmother." And they'll yank her out of this 20 gauge steel casket. And I thought because my mom was so attached to my grandma. I wasn't. I just wanted to get it done and over with. It's also sad to say that people do forget, and yeah, you will forget people that you have lost in your life. And so every time when I think of my grandmother, and I'm like, what a great woman. But the most important part is I'm honoring her life, because she was the reason why I became Buddhist. I was Catholic and I became Buddhist, and so I'm honoring her life every time when I carry my duty out as a monk of teaching, because now she's up wherever she's at, the rebirth that she has taken, and realizing that her grandson is now giving the gift that excel any other gift, which is the Dhamma. So I'm leading others towards enlightenment, just like how she practiced. This woman meditated on the Buddha for like 40 years, never remarried after her husband died. I think she remained, actually even more than that, she remained single for 50 years. So she was living a life like a Buddhist nun without having to be a Buddhist nun. You know what I mean? So yeah, but these are good places to reflect, like one of these days, one of these is going to be your name on it. The day that you were born and the day that you die. And what did you do while you were on Earth? Obviously, don't say I played all the game that, EA games released. You want to be able to say that I came, I conquered, and I left, and I inspired millions of people. By and through renouncing, I inspired people. Because like if I drop dead right now, like literally if I like drop dead right now of a heart attack, you would never see a body smiling like this in the coffin. I'd be like this in the coffin. Because I knew that while I was alive, I inspired millions of people by and through the teaching of my own practice, of my own giving up, of my own renunciation. It's like the best way to go. Just knowing that. Just know that. And every time when someone dies, they always say, I hope that he knew that I loved him. That he knew. Well, when it comes to your death, oh, we gotta move our car. All right, we gotta go, folks.